This is Luke's Dreamworld. Relax Sunday. Part 42. Hey everybody and welcome back. This day you can watch all the episodes of Luke's Dreamworld Part 42, and it's about an internet failure I had at my home and what happened. So I'm telling you about it. I hope you have some fun. This is Luke's Dreamworld. Brain Food Monday, Part 42. Hey everybody, welcome back. This week I want to talk about having no internet, because what happened? Well, I did a test because as you know, I've been a bit ill and I had a sore throat, and I thought, well, let's see if it's COVID or not and let me test myself. And when I wanted to get the results on the email, I noticed that my internet wasn't working. I have an internet subscription with T-Mobile fiber, and it was off. So I thought, well, I have to see what's going on, but first I have to see if I can get the results for the test. So what I did, I went on my bike to the IKEA, yes, for sure, and I went on the Wi-Fi net. It was a bit puzzle to see if I could get the codes and my password and my email, but I managed to get the results. It was negative, so I could get my coffee at the IKEA, at the restaurant, and I checked my mail and I thought, well, let's see if when I get home my internet is working. But it wasn't the case. So then I found out that it was a bit, I don't know how to call it, because I missed something. And it sounds strange, I guess, that nowadays you need an internet connection to have a normal life, it seems. So I needed my internet connection, but I waited until the next day. And I will tell you tomorrow what I did on the Positive Tuesday. See you there. Bye. This is Luke's Dreamworld. Positive Tuesday, Part 42. Hey everybody, welcome back. This week I'm talking about some internet failure at my home. And I needed to know what was wrong. So I thought, well, let's go to the T-Mobile shop in town and ask them what I can do. So I went into the T-Mobile shop. There were 3 employees, but one went out to get a cigarette. The other one went into the office probably to get some coffee, and there was another customer in front of me, so they had to help him. So what I did was wait. I just had to wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and some other customers came in, and then the other one called the one outside who was smoking. So it's a bit crowdy, let's go. And then someone could help me. The one probably was taking a break. I don't know what he was doing. I guess he was getting a coffee. But then I asked, well, I have something's wrong with my internet. What can you do for me? He said, well, I can't do anything for you because you have to call the help desk. Well, I didn't have a number, so he gave me the number. He said, you have to be home because then they can check the router and they can look what's wrong, and then they can get it right. I thought, well, that's okay. I went home and I called the help desk. And I was a bit astounded because the help desk boy, seems like a boy, he didn't know anything. He didn't know what he was talking about. I could tell. Because I thought, well, what is wrong is probably someone outside my home has flipped a wrong switch and they have to switch it back or put something in. I don't know how it works with fiber, but then it will be fine. But the man on the phone didn't know anything, and what he said was, you have to make an appointment with a mechanic. And this mechanic will get to your home, and when he looks at what's going on in your home, then he can tell what's wrong. Well, I thought, well, okay, I don't think this is the right way to handle, but I had to do it, so I thought, well, okay, let's quit it and see what happens. And I thought, well, something is wrong, because there's a failure. T-Mobile has to provide me with an internet connection, but it doesn't work. And now it seems that I have to do all the work to get it working again. And I thought, well, this isn't right. So I waited one day and then I wrote a letter. And I will tell you about it tomorrow on the Positive or the Inspirational Wednesday. See you there. Bye. This is Luke's Dreamworld, Inspiration Wednesday, part 42. Hey everyone, welcome back. This week I'm talking about some problems I had with my internet connection that I get from T-Mobile fiber, and it wasn't working, so I didn't precisely know what was wrong, but I didn't change anything at my home. I came home at the Monday and it just wasn't working while it was working the same morning, so I didn't change anything. So I thought it had to be something outside my home. And I told you yesterday about the phone number from the help desk, and I thought, well, I'm gonna try it again and get the help desk. And I talked with someone else from the help desk, and again I noticed that this man also didn't know what he was talking about. And what they did, that he said, well, you really have to make an appointment with a mechanic, and he will get at your home, and you will get an email, and you will get an SMS with a link to the email. And then I said, well, isn't this a bit strange? Because I don't have an internet connection, so I can't check my email and I can't check the link on the phone because I don't have Wi-Fi either. I don't know what I have to do. And then I thought, you know what, I'm gonna skip the help desk and I'm gonna write T-Mobile a letter. I sent it on a secure mail, so I had to pay quite some money to get it delivered, but I told them that something was wrong with their service. And the thing is that because the internet was failing, I thought you have to solve the problem. And now I have to solve your problem. I have to look if I can check my mail somewhere, and I have to see if I can open the link and get an appointment with a mechanic. But I don't think this is fair because I don't have an internet connection, so I can't do anything. And I asked them, what would you do if you had no internet for one day? And I told them I can't do nothing. So that's what I wrote to them, and I asked them if they could help me and see if they could help me without me having to do anything. I also asked them if they were willing to pay me some account, for example, $30 a day for every day the internet isn't working. I told them, if you get the letter, it's day 4, so then you know. And it's a kind of legal issue, and I told them that they were responsible for it, so they had to take care of repairing my internet. And what happened was something strange, but I will tell you tomorrow on the Life Hack Thursday. See you there. Bye. This is Luke's Dreamworld, Life Hack Thursday, part 42. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I would like to talk about what was going on. I told you about the letter I sent it to the T-Mobile fiber provider, and well, I didn't want to call them again. I thought I'm gonna see what happens and see if they can solve the problem without me interfering, because what I found out, it took me quite some time to get an internet connection and see if I could have a spare internet. I told you about the Wi-Fi from the IKEA, but then I had to go on my bike to the IKEA for half an hour and then check my mail. And I don't like it to check my mail on my phone. It's a small screen and you have to provide with the security passwords, and I just don't know them. There are so many, so I use an app that's called LastPass, but I didn't have it on my phone. So there were all kinds of things that I couldn't get right. And that's why I know that I really miss my internet connection. And I know a lot of people use their phone because some have some internet on their phones as well. And I have a small amount of internet, sure, so I could use my phone to use internet. But as I told you, I'm not used to it, and I don't like it to work on my phone. I use my phone to call someone. I use my phone to send some messages. I use my phone to get some lyrics if I want to record them fast. I use my phone to use WhatsApp, but I don't want to use it with the browser on the internet. And I know it's old-fashioned because a lot of people are using it, but I don't have such a modern phone, and some things go wrong with my phone. For example, if I would like to use 2 pages, the one flips away and I can't find it anymore. So the information I have to use is gone, for example a password, and then I get into the browser and I need the password, but I can't find it, and maybe it's a failure on my phone, I'm not sure, but it didn't work for me. So that's why I don't want to use my phone. And I know that I use my internet connection at home, as I always do, and I had to place some messages on Facebook, and I had to publish my vlog for the next week. And that's not gonna happen if I use a phone, because I don't know how I can get those movies on my phone and then send it to YouTube. And as I told you, it is possible for sure, but I just don't know how to work with it. So I really need my internet at home, and I really missed it. It was a challenge, and I have to see what T-Mobile is going to do, because I'm a bit surprised, but I will tell you what's going on tomorrow on the Healthy Friday. See you there. Bye. This is Luke's Dreamworld. Healthy Friday, part 42. Hey everybody and welcome back. I'm talking about my internet connection, which isn't there, and the challenges I have about it and how much I miss it for sure. I'm able to check my email. That's what I'm doing on my phone. If I visit a neighboring community center or the IKEA or the shop, so that's a possibility. I know it now. I had to write down my password because then I can use it, so it's a bit complicated, but it's working. And I thought, well, let's see if I can make an appointment myself and see what happens. So what I did, I tried to make an appointment with the mechanic that should get to my home, and I was a bit astounded because when I tried to create an appointment, it would take me more than 4 weeks before the mechanic could get to my home and they could establish my internet connection. So I was really astounded about that. And then I thought, well, let's call the help desk again. And this time someone else, a bit older one, was taking the phone, and I told him, well, I don't have an internet connection now for 1 week, and I have a solution, because next week I can hire an office center where I have internet, and there I can work again, because this week I couldn't do anything. And then he told me, well, this is not how we work. What we can do is if you have it's a chip from T-Mobile in your phone, then we can give you a voucher, and then you can use the internet, and then you can work. And I asked him, well, how does it work? Because I didn't know. Well, you can create a Wi-Fi hotspot, and then you can connect your computers on it, so you can work on your computers as well. And I was a bit astounded, because this time they offered me a solution. It didn't work for me, because simply reason I use good PCs at home, but they don't have Wi-Fi. I use a connection, and that's it. I don't use the Wi-Fi. I don't have Wi-Fi on my computers. So this wasn't working. The one thing that I could do, I have a small laptop which is very slow and not working really well, but I could use it. I use it when I go by train and I want to read something. So I could use that, and I could use my phone. But I thought, well, this isn't the solution. And I told him, I think it's a bit strange that I have to wait for about 4 weeks before I can make an appointment with the mechanic. And then he said something, well, there is an appointment made for you. I said, well? And he said, didn't you make the appointment yourself? I said, no, I didn't make the appointment. Well, then someone else made the appointment for you. And the next week, on a Tuesday, a mechanic will get to your home and see what's wrong. And I thought, well, this is progress. Because they had my letter, and they have take care of a mechanic much faster than I could do. So I'm gonna leave it for now. So I have to skip my weekend with internet, and I have to stay in tears for the fact I don't get at the internet. And I thought, well, those 2 days or 4 days I can manage, no problem, and let's see what's happening. So tomorrow I will tell you how all this ends, and I hope to see you tomorrow on the Inside Saturday. See you there. Bye. This is Luke's Dreamworld. Inside Saturday, part 42. Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, this week I'm telling about the fact that I had no internet and T-Mobile fiber wasn't able to repair it or that fast. So I wrote a letter, a secure one, and they had it the next day on the Thursday, and they have planned a mechanic for me. And then I waited until the weekend, and I got an SMS from the mechanic that he would be there at Thursday, and it was a Monday, and someone was at my door, and I opened the door, and there was a mechanic, and he said, well, I was in the neighborhood and I was a bit early. I'm here to check your internet. And he came in and he checked the internet, and he said, well, what I did was I checked it in the outside, I don't know how, a central place where they have all the connections, and the connection was off as I suggested, and I thought it was the case. And he said, I put it in again and everything should be working now. So what I did was I checked my internet and it worked. So happily I had my internet connection back, and I'm very curious what T-Mobile is going to do now, because I have asked them for the first thing that I make some costs to send the letter, asked them to pay it out, and what I also did was that I want to be compensated for every day that I didn't have any working internet. And I'm very curious if they are going to do it, if they're going to give the free internet for some months If you ask me, I don't think they will. But I'm still, what I did was I wrote a letter not only because I didn't have any connection on my internet, but also to give them some feedback. Because when you call the help desk, the first thing that happens is some robot voice asks you what's going on. And then you have to tell them what's going on. And I told, well, internet failure. Oh, you have a failure on internet? Well, we have a solution. Check the website. And I thought, well, this is strange because I don't have an internet connection and you're telling me I have to check a website. And then I had the help desk and the people that didn't know what they were talking about. And they want to send a mechanic, and I told you about the letter and the mechanic that came and it was repaired. But I wrote this letter because I could get them some feedback, because I think it's a bit strange that when there's a problem with your internet connection that I had to make it work again. It took me a lot of hours. I had to check if I could get internet somewhere else. I had to make an appointment with a mechanic and they let me do all the work almost. I had to write a letter because I knew that when I wouldn't have done it, I know now that I had to wait for 4 weeks before they could repair my internet connection. And I think it's a kind of bad service from T-Mobile. So I'm very curious if they're gonna pay me some compensation or not, and if they will give me some 3 months of internet. As I told you, I guess they're not gonna pay anything because they probably think, well, your internet is working, it's not our concern anymore, and the letter will flip it into the trash can because we have our protocol and we keep it like that because all those people on the phone are very cheap, and yes, they don't know what they're talking about, but that's not a problem because we will send someone else who does. And because something is happening, and that's companies like T-Mobile don't refer to the product as their customer. They probably think about the money they can make, and they offer some solutions. I was, for example, astounded that they could offer me an internet connection with my phone and on a little SIM card, but I had to ask for it, and that's what I thought was very strange. Well, my internet connection is there, so I am relieved. And I have to tell you something else. It was kind of an experience that I learned from as well. So it was a challenge, and now everything is working well, and I'm glad that it happened. But it was a strange experience, and it gave me a bit of a look in the kitchen of a company, T-Mobile with the fiber. It's T-Mobile Home. And now I know how they work, and they think about their own money before they think about the customers. But as I told you, they have solved the problem, so I have to be glad about that, and I am. Although it could be a bit of a negative review because the system and the protocol still is a bit strange, but I have a solution, and that's what I went for. So this was my interesting week on the internet, or not on the internet. I hope to see you next week. And I don't know what the topic will be because this was a special no internet topic. So I hope to see you tomorrow, where you can watch all the episodes of Luke's Dreamworld Part 42. See you there. Bye. This is Luke's Dreamworld Relax Sunday, Part 42. I hope you enjoyed Part 42 of Luke's Dreamworld. In Part 43 next week, I take the topic Love. Hope to see you there. Bye.